All right, everybody, on behalf of Don and his family, thank you all for coming. No, I take that back. On behalf of the Sheboygan Aids, thank you for coming because we've had so much rain that we really need the gate and the concession receipts that you're bringing today. So thanks for coming. We hope you enjoyed the first game. You saw a no-hitter. We've been at this 50 years. That's only the 10th no-hitter we've had. So a big round of applause for Taylor Ford. We've got a good group of young men here who appreciate your support and quite frankly deserve it because they play hard for our club and for your community. And we think they're putting on a pretty good show. So we hope they'll all come back and see us again. As long as I'm thanking people, I want to thank Steve Coles for riding the Hall of Fame committee. First, just getting these guys together, and then second, getting them to agree on anything is like herding cats. But they're all here, or a lot of them are here, so we're going to introduce them first of all. But Steve, nice one. You do a good job with that. On the end, Gino, the legend band. Dave Kohler. Charlie Collier. Rick Baumgart. Steve Coles. And some more guys. Quite frankly, that all of our problems with this, if you look around the park, you'll see people working, you'll see people in the concession stand, you'll see all that. I don't like being here, especially behind this mic, but Steve is one of those guys who does a lot of work and isn't interested in standing where I'm standing. And there's a lot of them, so I want you to, when you see me talking all the time, it's because nobody else wants to. So I just want to hear an end to this Denny Moyer's ball team because there's a whole lot of people working real hard to keep this thing going. And I think it'd be worthwhile giving them a round of applause as well. Enough of that. We're here now to honor Donnie Diener and to bring him into our Hall of Fame. I had quite a presentation.
Recognize the guy in the middle.
And Donnie set a lot of records, but most of them were off the field.
Postponed games.
My speech will be a little bit shorter.
This one's 3 games. You got enough pictures?
But there is no doubt that Donnie knew how to have fun. And it's hard to believe because he's so quiet and reserved now. But as he said, we had a lot of fun. What you don't know is for a number of years, Donnie Diener was on the same pitching staff with Rick Rice and Ron Hare and Arlie Dumbruck and Denny Moyer. Certainly you've heard of those guys. Rice and Hare and Dumbruck were really good pitchers. And Moyer worked for the press, so he could put his name in the paper whenever he wanted. But you didn't hear so much about Diener, and that's because he was just a solid contributor. 1971 is a good example. We had a really good team. We got to the quarterfinals of the state tournament that year. And the GM in his wisdom booked a game at Wausau on the same weekend that the tournament was going on in Madison. Of course, I didn't know at the time we were going to get that far. So on Friday night, Diener chews up 9 innings. And we saved Rice and Hare for the tournament. We wound up winning, got into the 4th place in the tournament. That's the kind of player he was. And those are the kind of guys that I think about when I'm casting my thought. But while he was a great teammate and a quality pitcher, he was a winner. He had a 600+ winning percentage, 23-15 record. He was well under 1.0 in his innings ratio. He had 330 innings and 289 hits. And well into the pluses for strikeouts and walks. 264 strikeouts to 192 walks. His best year was 1970 when he was 8-2 with a 2.71 run average. He was also our 4th outfielder. And he wasn't so bad out there. He knew where it was coming down and he had a pretty good arm. Once in a while, he even got a hit. Actually, he had 2 pretty good years. He hit 400 in 1972 and 353 in 1971. A lot of those, he did get a lot of at-bats, you know, being a reserve. And so he didn't get a lot of hits, but he had a pretty good average. The year that he hit 400, Dick Larson yelled at me and said he really should have got credit for hitting 500. Because he measured all 12 of his hits and he came up with less than 500 feet. So now we call those Diener hits. Every time even one of my guys gets a duck fire hit, I yell, Diener hit, Diener hit. Nobody knows what I'm talking about anymore. So he hit. So we named him after Donnie. I had a little fun with Donnie here today, and I knew you'd be okay with it. But remember, I want to finish with this.
Remember him?
Donnie was 23 and 15, 3.46 earned run average, played for 9 years, got in 74 games as a pitcher. He was in the starting rotation from 1968 to 1972. He appeared in 70 games as a non-pitcher, and that is because he was there all the time. Deep in his heart, Donnie Diener is a Sheboygan A. And now Donnie Diener is in the Sheboygan A's Hall of Fame. So Steve, will you come up here please and present Donnie with his Hall of Fame award?
I want to thank my friends and family for sharing this evening with me. It's greatly appreciated. I was a member for the A's, I thought 8 seasons, but apparently it was 9. And as time goes by, it becomes hard to remember a lot of the games we played. What you do remember, however, are the guys you played with and the good times we had before, during, and especially after the game. The stories we could tell, well, we won't, are legendary. I'm grateful for the opportunity the A's organization gave us to play adult competitive baseball and develop lifelong friendships and memories. I want to thank the Hall of Fame members for their support. And most of all, I'd like a special thank you for Dennis Moyer, because without him, the Sheboygan A's and all that you see around here would not exist. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brian. All right, we got a game to play. Let's get the stuff off the field here, guys, so we can get going. And I believe there's a lot of brats and a lot of beer and a lot of other stuff in the concession stand, so spend all the money you got in your pocket, will you please?